Today we are going deep into the real world of tattooing, not just the basics, but the real stuff you learn from long hours of trial, error, and growth. In this video, we'll dive into the most important and most asked questions, from needle choice and machine settings to color packing, realism, artificial skin, and even the critical mistakes that can cost you years of progress. So if you're looking for real answers, tested techniques, and no fluff, stick around. This isn't just a video, it's a real tattoo class. Let's go. Question: what is the correct needle depth for tattooing? Technique tip: practice on fake skin. Hold your machine at a 90-degree angle. When your lines are clear, the sound is steady, and ink stays well, your depth is likely correct. Pro tip: after wiping, if the color remains clean and visible without damaging the skin, you're at the right depth. Question: what voltage is ideal for color tattooing? Answer: for color packing, use a voltage between 7.5 and 9 volts, depending on your machine and pigment. Color ink is thicker than black, so it needs slightly more power to push through the skin. Technique tip: use circular or whip motions for solid fill. Always adjust voltage based on how easily the pigment is entering the skin. Pro tip: if you're seeing patchy color or too much trauma, adjust your hand speed and voltage together. Question: what voltage is ideal for line work? Answer: for line work, a higher voltage is usually needed, around 8 to 10 volts, depending on your machine. This gives the needle enough force to penetrate cleanly and create solid, smooth lines. Technique tip: start at 8.5 volts. If the line looks shaky or weak, slightly increase it, but avoid going too high to prevent skin damage. Pro tip: your machine should sound powerful and steady, not overly aggressive. Question: what should be the hand speed while tattooing? Answer: hand speed depends on your voltage, needle type, and technique. If you move too fast, the ink won't stay. If you go too slow, the skin might overwork or get damaged. Technique tip: use smooth, consistent motion. Practice until your movement, sound, and results are in sync. Pro tip: fake skin is perfect for finding your rhythm without harming real skin. Question: how do you sync hand speed with voltage? Answer: higher voltage equals faster hand speed, lower voltage equals slower hand speed. Misalignment causes uneven lines, patchy color, or trauma. Technique tip: each time you adjust voltage, do a few test strokes on fake skin to feel the right speed. Pro tip: even with great designs, lack of sync between voltage and motion can ruin your work. Question: how to know if your voltage is too high? Answer: if your machine sounds too sharp or loud, or the skin gets red, hot, or starts to swell, your voltage may be too high. Technique tip: start low and raise it gradually. Always observe the skin's reaction. Pro tip: higher voltage doesn't mean faster results, it can increase the risk of blowouts. Question: what happens if your voltage is too low? Answer: low voltage means the needle lacks power to properly insert the ink. This results in faint lines, shaky movement, or poor pigment saturation. Technique tip: use low voltage only for super soft shading, not for lining or color packing. Pro tip: if your machine feels like it's struggling or dragging, bump up the voltage. Question: is needle depth different for lining, shading, and coloring? Answer: yes, lining usually needs a slightly deeper needle to make a clean, lasting line. Shading and color packing often use a softer, shallower depth for smoother blends. Technique tip: adjust your depth with each technique and test on synthetic skin. Pro tip: inconsistent depth creates uneven tattoos and healing issues. Question: how to tell if your hand speed is too fast? Answer: if your lines are light or broken after wiping, or color isn't staying, your hand is likely moving too fast. Technique tip: record your work and review your motion. Practice until you find a steady, even pace. Pro tip: too fast equals scratching, not proper tattooing. Question: how to tell if your hand speed is too slow? Answer: if the skin becomes too red, puffy, or ink spreads out under the skin, your hand speed is likely too slow. Technique tip: work on fake skin with dark pigment. You'll clearly see when you're overworking an area. Pro tip: going too slow may create blowouts and unnecessary trauma to the skin. Question: does skin type affect voltage selection? Answer: yes. Thicker or oily skin usually needs higher voltage to properly insert the ink. On the other hand, thinner or dry skin may respond better to lower voltage. Tip: start with medium voltage and observe the skin's reaction. If the ink isn't entering smoothly, increase slightly. Question: how can I adjust needle depth without damaging the skin? Answer: start with about 2 mm needle hang. As you tattoo, watch how the skin reacts. If the ink stays well and the skin looks healthy after wiping, the depth is correct. Tip: if you notice trauma, swelling, or excess bleeding, you're probably going too deep. Question: should voltage stay the same during the whole tattoo? Answer: not necessarily. Different techniques or skin areas may require voltage adjustments. Use lower voltage for soft shading and higher voltage for color packing or bold lines. Tip: train yourself to adjust voltage quickly based on needle type, technique, and skin response. Question: is the needle depth different on fake skin versus real skin? Answer: yes. Fake skin is tougher and more resistant, so it often requires a deeper depth or firmer pressure, but the same depth on real skin could cause trauma or blowouts. Tip: always keep in mind that practice skin helps train technique, but doesn't perfectly replicate human skin. Question: how can I use machine sound to monitor voltage? Answer: a smooth, consistent sound means your voltage is in the right range. If the machine sounds too sharp, the voltage may be too high. If it sounds sluggish or weak, the voltage is likely too low. Tip: with experience, your ears will recognize the perfect hum, and you'll know when something's off. Category 2: tattoo needles and their usage. Question: what's the difference between RL and IS needles? Answer: RL, round liner, needles are packed tightly and are used for crisp, clean lines. IS, round shader, needles are more spaced out, used for soft shading and detailing. Pro tip: RL gives sharp outlines, while IS is great for soft border shading. Technique: when using RL, keep your hand steady and angle the needle close to 90 degrees. With IS, tilt to around 45 degrees for a softer shade spread. Question: what are Magnum needles used for? Answer: they are used for color packing, smooth shading, and filling large areas. Pro tip: Magnums cover more skin in one pass, reducing trauma and saving time. Technique: use a smooth, consistent painting motion, like ironing. Avoid pressing too hard or moving too fast. Question: what's the difference between flat Magnum and curved Magnum? Answer: flat Magnums are better for flat surfaces. Curved Magnums, soft edge, follow body curves more naturally. Pro tip: curved Magnums reduce trauma and allow softer blends on curved areas. Technique: use curved mags at 45 degrees with a circular or pendulum motion for even shading. Question: can I use RS needles for lining? Answer: technically yes, but it's not ideal. The lines will be softer and less defined. Pro tip: RS needles are better for soft outlines, not bold lines. Technique: if using RS for lining, lower the machine speed and apply more pressure to get a visible line. Question: what needle size is best for fine line tattoos? Answer: 0.3 RL or 5 RL is best for precise, fine lines. Pro tip: lower number equals thinner needle group equals cleaner detail. Technique: use lower voltage, around 5.56 V, and slow motion to keep lines clean and tight. Question: what's the best needle for solid color packing? Answer: larger Magnums like 13M or 15M are great for solid color fills. Pro tip: use higher voltage and consistent movement to get bold, even color. Technique will work in controlled zigzag or back and forth patterns, overlapping slightly to avoid patchiness. Question: what's the difference between bug pin and standard needles? Answer: bug pins are thinner and deposit less ink. They are perfect for ultra-smooth shading and fine realism. Pro tip: bug pins are ideal for portraits, flowers, and soft realism. Technique: use low voltage and slow hand speed. Layer your shading gently and build it up gradually. Question: what needle is best for dot work? Answer: 0.1 IL or 3 IL are perfect for controlled dot work. Pro tip: spacing, depth, and rhythm matter most in dot work. Technique: use a consistent up and down tapping motion. Practice with a metronome to keep dot rhythm steady. Question: are flat needles still used today? Answer: yes, especially in traditional or neo-traditional styles. They create bold lines and unique shading. Pro tip: flats can cause more trauma if not used correctly, so they are more advanced. Technique: use a direct 90 degrees angle and smooth straight strokes, like drawing with a ruler. Question: can I use multiple needle types in one tattoo? Answer: absolutely. Mixing needles based on task is standard for pro work. Pro tip: use liners for outlines, shaders for soft blends, and mags for filling color. Technique: have multiple machines ready or switch needle setups quickly to maintain workflow. Question: should I use a different needle for highlights? Answer: yes. Use small magnums like 5M or a 3RL for precise white or bright color highlights. Pro tip: use highlights last and always clean the needle before switching to white ink. Technique: tap gently or use a flicking motion to deposit white only where needed without overworking the skin. Question: what's the best needle for whip shading? Answer: 0.3 RL or 5 RL are ideal for controlled whip shading techniques. Pro tip: smaller liners create better gradient control when whipping. Technique: use a smooth flicking motion away from the skin with consistent speed and spacing. Question: can I mix bug pin magnums with standard magnums in one tattoo? Answer: yes. Bug pins give soft blends, standard mags give solid color or bold shade. Pro tip: start with standard mags for base tones, then switch to bug pins for smoothing transitions. Technique will work from dark to light. Layer soft bug pin shading over standard fills for a realistic finish. Category 3. Color and color packing. Question: what's the best technique for solid color packing? Answer: use a tight circular motion with a magnum needle, applying even pressure to saturate the area. Pro tip: slow, consistent hand speed is key. Don't rush or overwork the area. Technique: stretch the skin tightly, overlap passes slightly, and work in small sections for solid results. Question: why does my color look patchy after healing? Answer: it's usually from uneven saturation or poor skin stretch during application. Pro tip: focus on layering evenly and avoid dry brushing. Technique: use a soft back and forth motion. Reapply only after wiping and letting the skin rest for a few seconds. Question: what needle is best for color saturation? Answer: curved magnums, CM or SEM, allow smooth and consistent pigment coverage. Pro tip: use larger mags like 11 cm or 13 cm for large fills. Technique: use pendulum or whip shading motions, overlap your passes and adjust voltage to reduce trauma. Question: should I use white ink for highlights in color tattoos? Answer: yes, white creates contrast and pop in colored tattoos. Pro tip: use white only in healed and clean areas. Apply at the very end. Technique: use a 3RL or 5RS and tap lightly, do not overwork white or it will fade fast. Technique: use a 3RL or 5RS and tap lightly, do not overwork white or it will fade fast. Question: how do I make colors blend smoothly? Answer: by overlapping tones and working wet on wet in a smooth transition zone. Pro tip: always blend from dark to light or vice versa, not in both directions at once. Technique: use circular or pendulum motion and clean the tip between colors to avoid muddy tones. Question: why do bright colors fade faster? Answer: lighter pigments sit shallower in the skin and are more sensitive to sun exposure. Pro tip: advise clients on aftercare and sunscreen use. Technique: pack color deeply enough to hold, but not so deep it scars. Use good quality inks and layer if needed. Question: can I mix colors directly in the skin? Answer: yes, blending two tones during shading can create smoother transitions. Pro tip: use this technique for sunsets, florals, and gradients. Technique: dip between colors and use back and forth with shading, cleaning your needle often. Question: what's the best color order when packing? Answer: start from the lightest to darkest colors to avoid contamination. Pro tip: dark pigment can easily muddy light tones, so go clean to dirty. Technique: use separate rinse cups and clean the needle before switching colors. Question: how can I make red ink heal properly? Answer: red pigments are more reactive. Saturate carefully and watch for overworking. Pro tip: use red in well-stretched areas and avoid layering too much. Technique: use a curved mag and layer slowly. Let the area cool between passes to avoid irritation. Question: how do I get smooth gradients in color realism? Answer: by building layers with soft shading motions and careful needle control. Pro tip: use bugpin magnums or round shaders for the smoothest blends. Technique: start with the mid-tone, fade out, then build the dark and light areas gradually. Question: how can I avoid overworking the skin while packing color? Answer: work slowly with consistent motion and don't go over the same area too many times. Pro tip: if the skin turns red or shiny, stop and let it rest. Technique: use a soft circular motion with minimal pressure. Keep your needle clean and saturated with ink. Question: what voltage is best for color packing? Answer: between 7.5 to 9 volts, depending on your machine and needle type. Pro tip: lower voltage for layering, higher for quick saturation, but always test on fake skin first. Technique: keep hand speed in sync with voltage. Slow down with lower voltage to maintain saturation. Question: what's the difference between opaque and translucent colors? Answer: opaque colors cover more solidly, translucent ones blend better. Pro tip: use opaque for bold designs and translucent for realism or soft transitions. Technique: mix inks or use layering to control the effect, don't mix opaque and translucent randomly. Question: can I mix brands of tattoo ink? Answer: yes, but be cautious. Some inks may not blend chemically well or may cause reactions. Pro tip: test combinations before using on clients. Technique: use same brand families for consistency. If mixing, keep notes of ratios for future touch-ups. Question: how can I make neon or UV reactive ink last longer? Answer: these inks are weaker by nature, apply them in well-stretched, less mobile areas. Pro tip: layer the neon over a solid white base for more pop. Technique: work gently and build in thin layers. Avoid high friction body areas. Question: why do some colors not show well on dark skin tones? Answer: melanin affects how light colors appear, it can mute lighter inks. Pro tip: use bold, saturated colors and strong contrasts for visibility. Technique: pack color densely. Avoid pastels, opt for vibrant reds, oranges, blues, and purples. Question: should I dilute color inks like I do with black for gray wash? Answer: not typically, but it's possible to soften tones for certain effects. Pro tip: use pre-diluted color sets for pastel or watercolor looks. Technique: mix with sterile water or special blending solution and test before use. Question: can I tattoo color over scar tissue? Answer: yes, but it's tricky. Ink holds differently in scarred skin. Pro tip: avoid strong pressure and pack slowly to avoid blowouts. Technique: use round shaders or small mags, go slow and be patient. Multiple sessions may be needed. Question: how do I match tattoo colors with skin undertones? Answer: understand whether the client's undertone is warm, cool, or neutral. Pro tip: warm skin matches golds, reds, and oranges. Cool skin works better with blues and violets. Technique: hold ink caps near the skin before use. Create harmony by adjusting contrast based on undertone. Question: why does color appear dull after healing? Answer: lack of saturation, shallow depth, or poor aftercare can cause dullness. Pro tip: saturate properly and inform clients about moisturizing and sun protection. Technique: always finish with a smooth final pass to lock in pigment. Avoid trauma to prevent scarring. Category 4: color mixing and custom ink blending. Question: how do I mix a perfect skin tone tattoo ink? Answer: use white, a small amount of red, yellow, and a drop of brown or black depending on undertone. Pro tip: test the mix on fake skin or white paper before using it. Technique: build in layers, start lighter and gradually darken. Keep your ratio consistent for touch-ups. Question: can I mix tattoo inks directly in caps? Answer: yes, for small adjustments or when you need just a bit of a custom color. Pro tip: use disposable sticks to mix cleanly and thoroughly. Technique: shake or stir well to avoid uneven color saturation during the tattooing process. Question: how do I create a realistic blood red? Answer: mix pure red with a drop of brown and a hint of black to deepen the tone. Pro tip: too much black will kill the vibrancy, add gradually. Technique: use medium depth when applying, blood tones work best with bold saturation. Question: what's the formula for gold tattoo ink? Answer: gold is created by mixing yellow, brown, and a tiny amount of white or orange. Pro tip: use multiple tones of gold for a metallic illusion, highlights and shadows. Technique: apply light golden hues in highlight areas and richer tones in shaded regions for a 3D effect. Question: how can I make metallic effects using normal tattoo inks? Answer: you can't create real metallic shine, but you can simulate it with contrast and color tricks. Pro tip: use sharp contrast between highlight and shadow tones. Technique: apply smooth blends from dark to light, using white for highlights and careful edge control. Question: can I mix fluorescent colors with regular ink? Answer: yes, but the result may lose brightness or stability. Pro tip: avoid using them in large areas, they are best for accents. Technique: apply over white base for best glow and saturation. Question: how do I mix pastel tones for soft color tattoos? Answer: add white to your main color until the desired lightness is achieved. Pro tip: too much white can make the ink chalky, balance is key. Technique: use medium mag needles and soft circular motions for smooth packing. Question: how can I create realistic sunset colors? Answer: blend oranges, yellows, pinks, and purples with smooth transitions. Pro tip: use layering, don't try to mix everything in one pass. Technique: work from light to dark and use overlapping blends for gradients. Question: can I reuse custom mixed inks later? Answer: technically yes, if stored sterile and sealed, but it's not always recommended. Pro tip: always label your mix with date and ingredients. Question: how do I make ink colors look brighter on skin? Answer: use a solid white base or light background around color areas. Pro tip: contrast makes colors pop, surround bright tones with darker elements. Technique: pack color evenly and deep enough, and avoid overworking the skin. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me until the end. I hope you found these questions and answers useful and that they help you improve your tattoo work. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a comment, ask your own questions, and like the video so I know you're into this kind of educational format. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, there's a lot more advanced tattoo content coming soon, made just for pros and those on the path to becoming one. Until the next video, stay inspired and keep your lines clean. Good luck!